Hi and welcome to my playhouse. And today I'm playing with this security camera again. This is the product line is NetBotz, and this particular product is called WallBotz. And I got a lot of fantastic comments in the comment section of the video, the first video I did on this, on powering this thing, and I was down here just trying out some of it. So I just wanted to bring you along so you kind of see what I do. So let's go to the table and have a look at that. First, someone had a comment on my soldering iron holder thing here. The soldering iron is, the tin is more or less just sitting there, and this thing was mentioned as a rusty thing. The reason I have it is because I've made it myself. I've actually made this myself. So and the function of it is actually to hold a circuit board like this, and you can very quickly just turn it around and you can do your stuff, turn it around again, and well, it's really good for that. So just thought that I would show you that. And I'm actually some of the comments was that the leads, the test leads that I was using, they were probably too thin and I should put a capacitor on here, and I'm gonna try that because that was not a bad suggestion at all. Okay, I was using these little, this is a DC to DC converter. There's two input terminals here and there are two output terminals there. The idea is that you can input some voltage here, like I can input 12 volts here and I can get 5 volts out. Usually this is a step down, so you can normally only get a lower voltage out than you're putting in. There is also step up converters where you can put in a little voltage and get a higher voltage out, but this one is a step down converter, so it does the other way around. It should be able to supply 2-3 amps, but what I found was it was not able to really get this up and going. I do believe that it might be able to supply enough power if it gets it up and going. So I was suggested to put on a cap. There is an output cap here that's 220 microfarad, so I added a bigger one, and well, I have some used one, so I found this one which is a 3900 microfarad and 16 volts, which is not as much as this one, which is 35 volts, but as long as I don't go over 16 volts I should be good, and I have no plans of going higher than that, so I'm hoping that this will be good. And this will supply the 3.3 volts for the WallBotz. If you saw the previous video, you will remember that it has to be supplied by 5 volts and 3.3 volts. The 5 volts I think was okay. The 3.3 volts, 3 amps, I was kind of missing out. I was not able to get that signal through. So I hope this will be good. I'll be testing that out shortly. Okay, I'm powering it from my power supply over here. I'm powering it with 5 volts. So let's measure the output connection. Let's see, that should be that one. And I'm getting 3.24 volts out of here. So that should be okay. I might want to go a little bit higher so that there is a little bit more playroom. But so far so good. I have now added a few cables here. A minus cable that goes over and supplies the ground connection for the 5 volts as well. And the plus 5 volts is also getting out here. So I'll just change to the multimeter up here and I'll show you those two voltages. So here we should see 5 volts. We do 5.03. And down here we have 3.3 volts. I think I'm ready to try and connect this and see what happens. Let's plug this in. Let's plug it in right. Should be okay. power on, status. That's further than I came before. Oh, we're drawing an amp. Let's see if it powers up again. Yeah. Powered up. We should get something over here. Yeah. Okay, that's astonishing. So all the comments was correct. I just needed a better connection. These leads are better quality than the one I used last time, and I sorted the connection for this, which is a long wire directly to the board, so that should give me a lot better connection than last time. And so, well, that's awesome. Okay, the camera needed a little off time to recharge the batteries. I've been working on this in the meanwhile. I forget where I came from. I mounted this cap, you saw that. So this one is supplying 3.3 volts, and I have adjusted this one to supply 5 volts. Made a mess of cables here so that it actually supplies the voltage to the right places. On this one I mounted the cap on the back of it just to see if that was easier. Connected them together here so that I can power the whole thing from 12 volt, everything from 5 volts and up to 16 volts, I guess. These capacitors are only good for 16 volts, so don't really want them to blow up. So let's try this out. Let's power this, and I'm gonna get the meter, put it right there so you can see it. We're gonna measure out these leads. So we should see 5 volts there. Yes. And 3.3 volts there. Yes. So that is all good. So let's plug that in the thing here. Let's get that down there. Get rid of this tape and try and power that. Oh, stators, cool. So it's powering the WallBotz 500. It goes out again, then it takes a little bit, and it will pop up again. There. And these over here will run in just a little bit, and it will say diddly. Yeah, cool. That's working. So what I have also done is I found a 12 volt power supply. This one I took off I think this was used with a hard drive, 3.5 hard drive cage, external hard drive. One of the hard drives that I have put into a NAS server and just thrown the case out, but I have a power supply from that, and it's able to supply 1.5 amps, 12 volt, 1.5 amps, and I've marked it. Red one is plus. So I think I'm gonna try and connect that over here. This should be able to power the whole thing. So I'm gonna disconnect. I have already disconnected this one. I'll just mount the power supply directly to this one, so that I have as few cables as possible. So I'm just gonna remove these cables, and I'm gonna connect the minus to that one and the plus to that one. So I'm gonna do that. Well, at the very last moment I decided to mount it over here instead, because I had put these cables through the PCB. Instead of here, they're just going over the PCB, so if I were to heat them up over here, they would fall off, and they did not do that over here. So but they are parallel connected, these two, so it didn't really matter. So that's kind of just how I did that. So let's try and power this and see if it's still heavy. There. And hopefully nothing has changed. So I should be able to plug this in and see the green lights. Cross your fingers. Yeah, it works. This is amazing. I made this for next to nothing. These are like under $2 a piece. I think you can even get them for $1. I don't know what the capacitors cost. I had those laying around. I have actually more of them. So, and the power supply in the wall. Well, that was of a hard drive that is now serving another purpose. So cool. So with this bird nest of a power supply and the little box at the wall, I'm now ready to play with this. I think I need to put it in a box, just not to short circuit everything, but it is powered. Green light. So well, thank you very much for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so that you can see me playing more with this. When I put it in a box, I don't think I'm gonna film that, and connect it to my network and see if we can configure this and get access to it. I have no idea yet how to do that, so stay tuned. Thank you very much for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so that you can see me again, and have a really nice day. Bye bye.